guys. So today in math we're going to do a little bit of some observing of what happens with some of our equal shares. Okay, so over here I have two very plain pizzas, and this one here I'm sharing with one other person. So two of us are going to eat this pizza. So how should I cut it? How many pieces do I need? 2 pieces, right? So I am going to get a gigantic half, and my friend is going to get a gigantic half, right? And so our pieces are really big when I'm only cutting it into 2. But now this pizza over here, I'm sharing it with 3 of my friends. And so I'm going to cut it into quarters, right? We learned about that yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. Now, let's take a look at these pieces. These pieces are pretty big, right? If I was eating a half of a pizza, I'd probably have a bellyache, right? Because that is a ton of pizza. But these guys got a lot less pizza per person, right? Because that one pizza, it needed to feed 4 people instead of just 2. So what happens is, whenever you cut something into pieces, the more pieces you need, the smaller the slices are going to be. So let's see what happens if I decide to share this one instead of with 2 people, with 8 people. All right, so let's see. Boop, doo, 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 doo. Okay, so now I have 8 slices here. Look at how much smaller each of these pieces is than these. Because this one has 8 slices and this one has 4. So it's kind of backwards. The bigger the number of slices, so the more pieces you need to cut it into, the smaller those pieces are going to be. Does that make sense? Hopefully. All right, so today you are on page 618 and 619. And you are going to put, so for this part, you're going to put an X on the one that has more equal shares. Circle the one that has more equal shares and put an X on the one who has bigger. So the bigger pieces get the X. The one that shares, that has more people that it can feed or whatever, it has more pieces, that one is going to get circled, okay? So they give an example here. So this one has 4, it's broken up into 4 parts. This one is broken up into 2 parts. Well, 4 parts is more than 2, so that one got circled. And the one that only had 2 got the X. So you're gonna do that for all of these. And then on the other side, you're just gonna do a little bit of practice. So number 5, it says, draw a line to divide this shape in half, okay? So remember we talked a little bit about that yesterday. You can go that way or you could go that way. Shade 1/4 of this shape. So it's broken up into quarters. You're going to shade 1/4. So that means color it in. You can use a crayon or you can use your pencil. Draw lines in the orange square to make smaller equal shares than are in the blue square. So right now the blue square has 2 fair shares, right? You're gonna draw lines in the orange one so that it has more than 2 fair shares. And then the bottom one, it says higher order thinking. Joan cuts a rectangle into 2 equal shares. Then she cuts each of those shares in half. How many equal shares are there now? What are these shares called? Because I think you'll recognize it once you see it. Use pictures or words to explain, and you can do that in that space down there. All right, guys, I'll see you later.